The explosive popularity of SUVs in general, and of luxury ones specifically, means that it was inevitable that the all-new 2020 Audi Q7 will have to go head-to-head with the 2020 Porsche Cayenne. While these very different-looking SUVs have a lot in common, both come from the same parent company, the Volkswagen Group, and are built on the same MLB Evo platform. Each offers its own style and unique experience. Aesthetically, the biggest change is to the front end. The Q7 now more closely resembles its more expensive but smaller sibling, the Q8. That front end is going to work its way across the whole of the Audi SUV range. The rest of the body manages to look more chiseled and refined. The back gets redesigned taillights, but remains largely the same. While this Audi has never been the most handsome vehicle in its class, it's now starting to get to the point where it can give the Porsche Cayenne a run for its money. As for the Cayenne, the overall face is broadly similar to last year's model. That's to say, it's attractive. The Panamera-inspired headlights aren't dramatically different than the second-gen Cayenne, but the new fascia and its horizontal intakes are far more attractive. Out back, this third generation improves drastically, ditching taillights of yesteryear for units heavily inspired by the 911, with a light strip tying the two lamps together and also serving as home for the Porsche badging. The rear end is the best of its many good angles. Inside the Q7's cabin, things are typical Audi, which is to say gorgeous and well thought out. The interior looks an awful lot like the Q8, albeit roomier. Materials also follow the typical Audi tradition of quality, and frankly, it looks like a lovely place to spend time. The big update to the cabin, of course, is the addition of Audi's new MMI touch response system, with 3 huge interior screens, a 12.3-inch virtual cockpit screen, an upper 10.3-inch, and a lower 8.6-inch screen in the center stack that dominates your field of view. They present crisp graphics at an ultra-high resolution and never slow down with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on board. In the Cayenne, the cabin takes heavy inspiration from the Panamera sedan, with an all-glass layout dominated by a 12.3-inch touchscreen display in the center stack and the twin 7-inch displays that flank a central tachometer and digital speedometer. Touch capacitive controls on the center display complement the Cayenne's modern interior design, feeding clearly into the center console and its assorted controls. As for comfort, the Q7 has seats for 7 people. Occupants in the first 2 rows should have plenty of space and comfort while traveling. The driver and passenger seats have standard 8-way power adjustments that make it easy to find a relaxing position. Heated front seats are also standard. Adults can ride in the 3rd row for short trips, but they likely won't want to stay in for longer trips because of the seat's design. Smaller adults or children will be more satisfied back there. Porsche, on the other hand, only seats 5, with 2 options for the front seats to choose from, Comfort or Sports Seats Plus. Both are very pleasant, providing ample support without feeling constricting, and there is adequate leg space and headroom for the driver and front passenger. In the back, even with the driver's seat set up for a large adult, the 2nd row bench is a pleasant place to be. There is plenty of space for the long-legged, while tall people won't brush their heads against the roofliner. 2 adults can easily lounge in the back seat, although 3 in the back would be a crowd. Driving dynamics is where the Porsche truly shines. Even the base Cayenne is charming to drive, featuring a turbocharged 3-liter V6 that produces a healthy 335 horsepower and a 332 pound-feet of torque, with a sprint to 60 miles per hour in 5.6 seconds, with the Sport Chrono package's launch control engaged and a top speed of 152 miles per hour. This turbocharged 3-liter is a fine engine, offering abundant low-end torque, ample mid-range punch, and a pleasant acoustic signature, while the big power of the Cayenne S with its turbocharged 2.9-liter V6 is certainly tempting. For most consumers, the base 3-liter will do everything they ask of it. Aiding the engine is an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's quick to engage off the line and able to blend into the background during everyday driving, while also being a fair amount of fun in manual mode, where the gearbox does a fair impression of Porsche's PDK rig. The Audi comes standard with a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, good for 248 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. That's a sufficient amount of muscle to get it moving with little drama, but it might feel sluggish if the car is loaded with lots of people or cargo. For more potent acceleration, Audi's supercharged 3-liter V6 doesn't let the chassis down. With 333 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque, this engine can take off to 60 miles per hour in just 5.7 seconds and will continue to a top speed of 130 miles per hour. The Tiptronic 8-speed automatic transmission is probably even more impressive than the engine, as it becomes invisible, finding the right gear without fail. And lastly, trim levels. The Q7 has 3 trims to choose from: Premium, Premium Plus, and Prestige. The best one is the Premium Plus, since you get as standard full LED headlights, ambient interior lighting, Audi Virtual Cockpit, Bose 19 speaker system, Audi Side Assist, and top view camera system. The Cayenne, on the other hand, offers 4 trims: the base model, Cayenne S, Cayenne Turbo, and the Cayenne E Hybrid. The best one is the S at $84,000, which gets you a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 with a top speed of 164 miles per hour, 18-way driver and passenger seat adjustments, parking sensors, automatic emergency braking, Apple CarPlay but no Android Auto, and the advanced infotainment system. Cargo space is adequate in both. The Q7 has 14.8 cubic feet of cargo space behind its third row. Drop those seats down and you get 37.5 cubic feet, and there is a maximum of 71.6 cubic feet with both the second row and third row folded down. The Cayenne has an even smaller 27.3 cubic feet of space behind the second row and 60.3 cubes with it stowed, which makes the Q7 a clear choice for people with a need for a bigger boot. To conclude, the Porsche is the sportier of these two. Tight, responsive, and heavy steering provides real feedback that sports car drivers will enjoy. Everyone else might find the steering a bit heavy, but there is no denying its accuracy and secure feel. The Audi has lighter efforts and swims down the road without much drama or feedback through the wheel. And its superior boot space and 7-seater capacity is where it gains its advantage. So, what do you think of this comparison? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon for the latest notifications on car reviews and news. Take care and see you in the next one.